I'm Katrina, this is Tare, and today we are making another nest box for rabbits. So this is our model. There are probably a lot of designs you can go with online, and there's lots of different ways to make them. Some of them have wire on the bottom, some of them are solid. The ones that I got with my original rabbits have a solid bottom, and so that's what I've always used. I made one of these before, and I'm going to make one more because all of them will be in use soon. So I do this without a pattern. I make my own pattern. If you have an nest box, you have a pattern. So you can literally put this down, draw around it with a pencil, and cut it out. And you can trim up where you need to trim up later and go from there. So that is my plan. Now, I do have some thinner plywood that I'm working with. It's actually about the same size as this. This one was put together with screws. I'm going to be putting mine together with a compressor stapler. And so you can do this with a screw, you can do it with a stapler, whatever you want to do. And so I'm going to use this for my plans. Also, I will be using a jigsaw. Jigsaws are really good to use when you have weird angles or you just need to make a turn or something like that. So to put this in here, we want to make sure it's going the right direction, right? You're not going this way because you're not going to go this way. We're going to have the points this way because it's going to have the points go the same way this is going. Anyway, so we'll turn this upside down. And there's a little thingy here to press down, and you press that down, place it in, release, and then it is there. Now, most jigsaws have a setting for what you're doing, so they also have the type of blade. So this is a blade for wood. I'm cutting wood. So then I want to go to the setting for wood and for what kind of wood I'm doing, and I set the setting here. So I'm going to do that. We'll draw our pattern, cut it out, take it inside, and use that stapler. Now, whenever you're laying out a pattern of whatever you're doing, you want to keep in mind the rest of the wood. So we are not using this entire thing today, so I'm going to try to keep my cuts to this side. And I just realized that I was sitting on a bunch of ants. Yay! They're gonna join us for this venture. So I'm noting the top is one thickness less than that, but that's fine. Oh, ants. And yes, I understand this might be hard to see with the lighting. Alright, so I have my two sides. Actually going to take this and make a line to kind of cut off that top, the extra top that I had. So like that part is this part right here. So I'm going to put a line to cut that off, which is a little scripted. There we go. And if it's not perfect, it's fine. It'll still be fine. Like I said, we can trim any extra. Now we need the top. And again, I can cut off a little bit of this. And I'm just going to use this as a straight edge. And yes, you can use squares and stuff like that. You should if you're doing this like professionally, but I'm not. Alright, we need a bottom, a front, and a top. Actually, that fits perfectly. It does fit perfectly. All right. We might have some trimming up to do, but that's fine. Again, I'm just accounting a little bit for the overlap of the boards. This other one is about that long. This piece here is for, oh, can you guys see? Yeah, this piece here is so the babies don't jump out. Not all nest boxes I've seen have them on it, but it's a good idea. So like I said, this is just the quick and dirty way to do it. You can do it by measuring things out, getting things ready, all that. This is faster, and yeah, it might not be as accurate. It will work though. Depending on how thin this is, you may or may not want to make supports that go on the inside, so your staples go into that. So you will have to account for that if you're stapling into a support or if you're stapling into the connecting wood. I'm going to staple into the connecting wood, and if I need a support later and decide, oh, I really need this, I will make it later. So that's my plan, and we'll take it from here. This little notch right here will tell you where the blade will go, so that's something to pay attention to. You can see right here I overshot my curve, so I backed up and did it again, so that worked. Okay, now before I cut this one, I'm just gonna flip this and check and make sure it's approximately the same. And it is. Close enough. I'll be sanding these sides as well. And I was off just a little. It's okay. Alright, this is the top. This line's not quite straight. Try to do this too quick, guys. Alright, so that's the top. Oh, this is the top. Well, back. Up. I think this is backwards of what I had, but that's okay. Oh, now we're a little too long for the bottom. I think I'm gonna trim that end. Probably not the best way to do it, but that's what I'm choosing. Alright, we are done cutting things, and as you can see, I am going to trim up the bottom one. I just want to make sure that that's okay before I trim it, and that will happen at the end. And I'm okay if my pieces are a little bit off. So something about nest boxes for rabbits, they do not have to be airtight. They can have some flowy air. Some people don't even have the top part that goes on it. I do, because one, that's what my original ones had, and two, I know that my mama rabbit, sometimes the kids are just too much. So she wants to go on top, get some time away from the babies. and that's a good place for her to do that. So those are my reasonings for the boxes that I do. Those are my reasons for it does not have to be airtight. And so let's take this inside and get to stapling. I'm going to be putting together, and I'm going to try to do it right into the wood. Now, key thing with this is to not get your fingers anywhere near where the staple's going to go. Because this has a lot of energy behind it. See, I missed on one of those, both of them. So I'm gonna have to go back and cut those out or bend them. Missed on that one too. That's what happens with these thin boards. You have to be sure that you're getting into the board. So you can see I missed on several of these. I'm going to want to trim those or staple them to each other or something so the rabbits don't get hurt on those. But for the most part, they all went in, which is good. That's one reason why you might do the corner bracing. I guess this was an inside one. Is that right? It's the bottom. You back first. See, my back piece is a little short, and I'm gonna put that shortness on the top side. Looks like I didn't cut straight. I'm probably using way more than I need, by the way. So I did cut this one a little crooked, but it's okay. Now it does look like I'll need to add a little protector thing or another strip of this on the inside here because I think the back one was supposed to be in between, not on top, but that's okay. Might be able to squeeze this actually. I'm gonna try that. I think I can do that. If I need to add something later, I will. think what's happening is it's not that I'm not pushing hard enough, it's that it needs more pressure. Turn the compressor on again. More staples. All right, battery ran out. One last thing. Well, I'm gonna hammer in the other ones, but you guys don't need to see me do that. One last thing is this across the top. It's okay if there's a gap. It doesn't need to be, but I'm actually gonna put it right here. I did this one a little bit too rounded, but it's okay. Safety glasses. All right, that's good. So it is a little bit wonky. It will completely work. And I did it, well, even with setting up the camera, it was less than an hour. So less than an hour is good for any project for me. So I think this will work great. And I'm gonna sand the edges, the corners. Well, actually, I probably don't even need to do that because Mom's probably gonna chew on it. But I am gonna sand off the splinters and our project's done. So, it is that easy. I did it the quick and dirty way. If you wanna do it the nice, clean way, recommend that you actually take measurements, measure it, cut it, measure it again, and go from there. For the rabbit nest boxes, they kind of get chewed up on anyway, and so it doesn't really matter to me that they be perfect. Now, you may be super annoyed at that, so if that's the case, definitely take your measurements. And it's as simple as using a stapler or screws. If I were to use screws on this plywood, what I would do is I would drill pilot holes first. Plywood tends to kind of split a bit, but use the materials available to you. This was a free piece of wood that I had, and so free is always better than something you're gonna buy. And now you know how to make it. So you can make your own nest box. Well, not for you, for your bunnies. And I will put up the dimensions on the screen from last time we made one, which actually, you know, I did measure afterwards. It's the same, they're all the same. I'm just going to steal that picture and put it in here. And if you want to watch that one, I'll put a link up here. And yeah, I hope you have fun raising your bunnies. And again, there's lots of different types of nest boxes out there. Some people use cardboard with wire around it. Some people use, you know, they may even have a bin that they have them dig, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds. So this is just one. And again, I am going to sand off all the splinters, and it'll be good. It'll be good. So this is gonna be bunny nest box. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you learned it's not hard. It's not difficult. If it's not perfect, it still works. That's so important, especially when you're homesteading by yourself, or if you're doing things by yourself, or if you just need to get something done. There are very few things, there are very few things that need to be done perfectly. And this is not one of them. Your rabbits are not gonna care if it's Your rabbits are not going to care if it's square or circle or triangle, as long as she can get her babies in there and they are warm and cuddly and safe. She will appreciate any nest box you build. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy raising your rabbits. And if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching.